While the United States absolutely supports Ukraine in its defense against Russian aggression, some features of this war may be of concern to the US Air Force. Ukraine, despite having a smaller, lower-tech air force than Russia, has managed to keep Russian aircraft largely out of the country through the clever use of mobile anti-aircraft missile launchers and their knowledge of the terrain, according to a recently published report by air power experts. This development, plus the widespread proliferation of small, cheap drones and precision strike capabilities, should serve as a wake-up call for Air Force leaders who have spent billions of taxpayer dollars on a small number of high-end manned aircraft they hope can achieve air superiority in America's next war. The air war in Ukraine, where neither side controls the skies, suggests that denying air superiority is sometimes a smarter operational objective than trying to gain it outright, wrote U.S. Air Force Colonel Maximilian Bremer and Kelly Grieco, a resident senior fellow with the New American Engagement Initiative at the Atlantic Council's Scowcroft Center for Strategy and Security, in an essay for War on the Rocks on Wednesday. Instead of focusing on air superiority, where friendly aircraft can move without interference from opposing forces, the Air Force should emphasize air denial, where friendly forces work to deny the enemy the use of the air domain, Bremer and Grieco wrote. The reason is simple: almost since the beginning of the conflict, both Ukrainian and Russian jets have been either grounded or sent to low altitude because of the threat of long-range anti-aircraft missiles. Flying at low altitude may evade the radar those missiles use to lock onto an aircraft, but it also puts the aircraft at risk of being hit by anti-aircraft artillery and shoulder-fired man-portable air defense systems. Russia has tried to destroy Ukraine's anti-aircraft missiles from far away by using the launcher's radar signals to detect them. But Ukraine has proven adept at using shoot-and-scoot tactics, where they fire missiles and rapidly flee the launch site. After firing, the defender can turn off the radar, pack up and drive away to hide in the ground clutter, forests, buildings, etc., Bremer and Grieco wrote, and the proof is in the pudding. According to the open-source intelligence site Oryx, 30 Russian combat aircraft and 45 helicopters have been destroyed, but only 24 out of Ukraine's 250 S-300 long-range anti-aircraft missile launchers have been lost. Bremer and Grieco cautioned to take those numbers with a grain of salt, considering how Ukrainian officials carefully manage information about their losses. Still, the relatively low loss of Ukrainian air defense systems show that they can continue to deny Russian use of the air with low risk of a successful response. The Pentagon is seeing a similar trend. We continue to see the Russians wary of venturing into Ukrainian airspace at all, and if they do, they don't stay long, said a senior U.S. defense official on May 10. I think that speaks volumes about how contested the airspace is over there. The U.S. Air Force is rightly proud of its record of air superiority, to the point where top service brass often points to April 15, 1953, as the last time an American ground forces service member was killed by an attacking enemy aircraft. However, in future conflicts, the contested air war in Ukraine is likely to be the rule rather than the exception, Bremer and Grieco argue. This point is not lost on Air Force officials who have spent years preparing to fight in contested airspace against China or Russia. However, Bremer and Grieco write that Air Force planners are still overly focused on developing expensive manned aircraft to strike deep into enemy territory and wrestle out some form of air superiority anyway. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. He's doing the job every day.